Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches without jelly. Trying to put a sock on if your foot's wet. Cancer. These are all bad things, but you know what else is bad? If you buy Horizon Chase Turbo if you like arcade racers. So have you guys heard of this game called Horizon Chase Turbo? It just came out a few weeks ago. Actually, I think it was like one of the same weeks that Super Smash Bros. Came out. Good release date, everybody. Okay, in all seriousness though, I've been playing this game a lot lately. I love it. I had to talk about it. I would even go as far as to say that I might like this game more than Smash. Yeah, I like this game more than Smash.
Horizon Chase Turbo is the game that I've been waiting for that I didn't even know existed until like the week it came out. But I didn't waste any time and I bought it anyway because who needs food whenever there's games to be played? Guys, this game is so incredibly good. I mean, I'm talking big old bucket of wings, extra sauce on top, finger licking good. As a person who is a die-hard racing game fan, Horizon Chase Turbo is just right up my alley, as the kids like to say. I grew up playing things like Outrun, Top Gear, Pole Position, Cruisin' USA, Rush 1, Rush 2, other Rush games, and like Daytona USA. So I've gotten around, as the kids also like to say. I don't think kids say that. Horizon Chase Turbo takes little bits and pieces from each of these games and then it modernizes them for the better, and what's great about this game is that it wears its inspiration just right up there on its sleeve. It knows what it wants to be and it goes for it, man, which is perfectly fine with me because, especially if whatever it's doing is better than the originals, and in this case, oh, it's better. The aesthetic of the game is definitely like late 80s and early 90s inspired. It's clearly going for that retro crown, and in my opinion, it absolutely nailed it. This is the kind of game I want my babies to be looking at when they come out of the womb. While realism is nice and all, I'm always thinking in the back of my mind, is this gonna age well? No, it probably won't. But this is gonna age like the finest of wines. I would mention a wine if I knew of any, because it chooses to prioritize art design over realistic graphics, and you know, that's just always gonna look hotter in my opinion. The low poly look suits Horizon really well because you have these bold, bright, chunky colors pieced together, and it just works. Since most of the gameplay is so fast, it's not like you need to craft these hyper-realistic worlds to look at either. It's not like you're gonna stop and smell the roses, because if you do stop and smell these roses, well, then you're gonna lose. And it also just sounds like it was ripped right out of that era too, because it's got this synth-heavy, chill wave soundtrack that just speaks to me in all the right ways and all the right places, and as I'm saying this, I realize how weird of a sentence this actually is. Now, I don't really know much in terms of music, and I'm not gonna sit here and embarrass myself trying to sound like some type of whimsical musical genius, but I do know whenever music makes my ears happy. So here's a snippet of one of the masterpieces in this game.
You know, every now and then whenever I make videos, I just really have to question my judgment.
They even got Barry Leitch, the guy who did the composing for the Rush series, and he also did the soundtrack for Top Gear on the Super Nintendo. Like, guys, stop getting everything right, jeez. If there's one thing that gets my jimmies roasted faster than whenever I'm making bacon, it's probably a fast racing game. And I am very happy to report that Horizon Chase Turbo is a fast racing game. It's not nearly as crazy as something like F-Zero GX, but it's not like you're cruising along at 50cc in Mario Kart either. It finds a good balance and it has a nice smooth rhythm between the player and the track, because whenever you're going around one of the turns, kind of like some old racing games, the car does move slightly for you to help keep the momentum up, but in no way does it mean that you can just lay back and let the game play itself. No, it's gonna kick you right in the anus. Another good thing about Horizon Chase is that it barely has any hiccups in its gameplay, which really makes the driving feel like you're really gliding along at a cool 140 miles an hour. Holy shit.
I'm gonna call a bullshit on that one, because that's not what driving in real life is like. No, let me show you what driving in real life is like. Hold on. Does anybody have any Tylenol?
Now, there's 4 main modes on the Horizon Chase Turbos, and they are World Tour, Tournament, Playground, and Endurance. And you can bet your cute little booties that we're gonna go through each and every one of these. Up first is World Tour. It's the meat of this game. It's the main mode where you travel around to different locations in the world. You beat the races and then you move on. You kind of get the idea. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's quite a few races in each of the countries to beat, and each country also has an unlockable bonus track that contains an upgrade for every one of your cars. And then each track has coins to grab, which factor into how many cars and races you unlock. I'm actually going through each and every one of the races getting first while also collecting all the coins because I'm what we call addicted to this game. It's great. Oh, and did I mention that there's over 100 different tracks and like 30 cars to unlock or something? Because if I didn't, well then there you go.
You know, I gotta say my only complaint about this game is that it's just kind of a piece of cake. Like, it's really not that hard at all. I didn't really experience any problems when I was playing this game. Yeah, I might have exaggerated a little bit.
Damn, this game is hard. It really puts into perspective just how much of a cakewalk some games are today. I've missed this like blistering tight challenge, but that's the thing. It's a fair challenge. Every time I ran into somebody else's vehicle or I slammed into a sign or I ran out of fuel or something else stupid that I did, I always knew that it was my fault. Except for that pitch black level. Fuck that thing. What is this? Where's the road? And then there's the tournament mode, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Tournaments. But it's cool because now that means that there's 4-player local co-op, so if you've just been dying to scream at some of your friends for like an hour or two, well, now you can. Playground mode is sort of like a mission mode in a sense. There's these very specific instances that you are placed in, and then you have to try to win. These could range anywhere from like having unlimited boosts to being restricted on cars, among other things. The cool thing about it is that you're gonna constantly get an update regarding this mode, so once you're done clearing them out, don't fret, you're gonna have more jammed onto your copy soon enough. There's one race in particular that I kind of wanted to highlight because I thought it was really clever. So basically, you're stuck in this like thick, moist rainstorm and you have no HUD. They also give you unlimited boosts to use, so it's kind of a high risk, high reward kind of thing. Oh yeah, it's only one lap. Yeah, this one was fun. The reason that this mode gets me so excited and why it's probably my favorite mode in the entire package is because it adds so much replayability to the game. It's kind of fun knowing that every now and then I'm just going to be able to knock on Horizon Chase's door and I'll be greeted with a sign that says this. And then like I said, there's also the endurance mode. I'm pretty sure this is a mode that's filled with a bunch of tracks that gives you limited fuel or something, which makes it harder to race, so you just have to see how long you last. I think. So what endurance mode actually is it's kind of just a see how long you can last type of mode, which I mean, yeah, that makes sense based on the name. So basically it's just like a big tournament where you race through every single race in the game. I think you have to get like 5th or something or better to keep moving on, and you just see how long you can last. So there you go. All in all, the game has just been an absolute blast to play. All of the modes had me incredibly hooked, and I could tell from the minute that I turned this game on that it would become an instant classic for me. I didn't doubt that one bit. If you're interested in picking up this game, please like whip out your phone. You can download a copy of this on there and you can give it a whirl. Which is insane to think that this was originally a phone game that's been brought over to consoles and it's been beefed up a lot. It blows my mind.
Well, that was Horizon Chase Turbo. Thank you all for joining me today on this lovely journey down, Thank you all for joining me and talking about Horizon Chase Turbo today. I really like the game a lot, and you know what? So much so that I'm just craving some fast driving, so I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna give that another try again. You know what I bet that old lady who I just hit needs right now? Some Tylenol. I'm a terrible person.